Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Damon Bruce. Glad to have you with us. Saturday night in the NBA. It'll be LeBron James and the Miami Heat facing off against the Phoenix Suns. Now it's time for the call by Kevin Harlan. Let's head on out to the land of the rising suns in Phoenix.
It's the home of the Suns here in Phoenix, Arizona, as 2K Sports brings you today's live action from the U.S. Airways Center. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. With that road trip behind him, the Suns ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Phoenix. Sixth game of the season for them, and when you're 4-1 already, you've got a good feeling about each game.
Looking at the Suns, they've pushed all the right buttons so far. I mean, it looks like they're in for a much better year than the one they had last year.
Well, they've gotten off on the right foot, and that's the main thing. And sometimes in the NBA, it's all about that start that you have. You can build momentum early, and then if you create enough cushion for yourself in the standings, you can deal with that adversity that's inevitably going to come.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, presented by State Farm. Mario Chalmers in the electric, D. Wade at the guards. Ray Allen and LeBron James, the forwards. And it's BOSH in at center. And for the Suns, they've got GORTAT. BEASLEY out there with DUDLEY. Then it's Johnson, and it's DRAGIC in at the point. And so it's the Heat hitting on the board first. The pass to Dudley. He dishes it to GORTAT. In for the dunk.
The defense caught dozing off that time.
Those open dunks, pretty high percentage.
Yeah, you're not going to miss many of those. I mean, this is really a poor defensive effort. And we all knew it was a title or nothing for the Heat last year after getting to the 2011 finals and losing to Dallas that season. In fact, Dwyane Wade himself said if they didn't win a title, it would be a bust.
Phoenix with the ball after the Heat pick up two. Now DRAGIC, 11 points for him in that last game against the Lakers.
Well, he was aggressive at both ends of the floor. He had 3 steals in that game, remember?
Yes, yeah. And the shot is good. DRAGIC has got his first basket of the night. Steve, back to the Heat, you were talking about them. You said Wade thought it would be a bust year if they didn't win the title. Really, you know, Clark, that seemed to be the prevailing thought by many, and not just from Wade.
Yeah, ultimately, Kevin, though, they did win the title, and Wade was vindicated.
Now, here's LeBron. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Nuggets in Denver.
Well, I'm impressed with the determination he showed right there, getting himself in the good position under the glass. Did his work early there.
Yeah, with the presence of mind to know just where the rebound was going to go to.
And then the nifty touch to tip it in. That was beautiful.
Here is GORTAT following the basket by Chris BOSH. Pressure got the loose ball, but that will be a backcourt violation. Now let's take a look at the list of players who have been absolutely lining it up. These are the NBA scoring leaders over the last 10 games. Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Phoenix. And Miami with a change here, too. Battier's checked in. 1:51 left to play in the first. Here's LeBron.
You know, I'm so impressed with LeBron's defense and his growth at that end of the floor. Remember a couple of years ago in that conference final victory against Chicago, LeBron spent a lot of time on Derrick Rose in the fourth quarters and really shut Rose down.
Well, he's a first-team all-defense performer, Steve, and that says it all. I mean, if you need proof, there's plenty of them on the highlight reels. Dynamic chase-down blocks that he's kind of perfected, flying in from behind to stymie shot attempts and fast breaks. That's his athleticism and his tenacity on full display at the defensive end of the floor.
And O'Neal gets it to go.
Nice putback. That's why you want guys working hard on the boards at both ends of the floor.
Chalmers dishes to Haslam. And O'Neal with the block. Fast break. Here come the Suns. DRAGIC is running. Johnson. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Well, you look at Wes Johnson, the number 4 overall pick back in the 2010 draft. He's really yet to find his footing in the NBA. Great size and athleticism, but his numbers haven't been there. He's not shot it with confidence, and his playmaking has been down as well.
And here's DRAGIC after LeBron James hitting the 3. There's 49 seconds left here in the first quarter. And O'Neal gets it to go.
Just like they drew it up, fellas.
The Heat making a switch here. And when you look at Wesley Johnson-Clark, what's the key for him turning it around?
Well, I think he's got a chance to be a really good player, but he's got to work on everything. He doesn't really have a specific go-to identity. He's still a guy that's trying to find himself. He's already 25 years old. Putting aside being a star, I think he needs to just focus on playing with great effort and continuing to become a better shooter and ball handler. If he does that, then he'll make good contributions.
So the Heat, their last game, a win against the Nuggets.
Boy, they were so good offensively in that game. It seemed like they had an open man to go to every time down the floor. Probably wasn't the best defensive effort that we've seen from their opponent.
Well, they should get some of the credit for that. I mean, they threw a few new wrinkles into their game plan, and the defense wasn't ready for it.
The Suns have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. LeBron outside. Back to BOSH. Pass to LeBron. Over Morris. No good from 11 feet. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Heat up. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
And that first quarter was all about pace, guys, because this club really got out into transition, and that's how they built this lead.
They like to play fast, and they're doing a nice job filling the lane. You know, it's been a steady downward turn for the Suns in the past few years, Kevin. What once was a team built around speed and several stars is now a bit of a potpourri of talent. I mean, you have to think they're on the verge of trying to rebuild things there.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Channing Frye and Marcin GORTAT inside at the 4 and 5. DRAGIC is out there with Kendall Marshall. And it's Morris in at the 3 spot. And let's now go to the sideline and catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hey, gentlemen. Well, Shane Battier has, in many ways, represented the anti-star. Not the most athletic guy, not the most explosive statistically, but a guy who does the little things to help his team win. He's set up playing for the star-laden Miami Heat. Me on this team, there's irony in there somewhere, but that's why I'm here. I've always played best with great players. The Miami Heat are thrilled to have him, gentlemen.
Yeah, Doris, a versatile defender and a smart role player. He's been a very nice addition. Back to the Suns, they'll have to find a player or two to build around. Steve, what are your thoughts as you extend the Suns from this point on?
Well, right now for the Suns, you know, they don't have too many young prospects, but they did a nice job in the draft the last couple of years. Kendall Marshall, new point guard. Also, the big guy Morris has looked like he's got a future with the club. So I think they're heading in the right direction at this point.
And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. Number 1, the Heat.
Yeah, plain and simple, they do not take bad shots. They really share the ball. They get great player and ball movement, and that's why they shoot the percentage that they do.
DRAGIC with it. Wade is covering. Here's Morris. Allen with the rebound.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
Yeah, that was kind of clumsy looking. He was not going to get away with that.
He climbed all over him like he was on the ladder. I mean, that's an easy over-the-back call there.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for GORTAT. Beasley comes in for Channing Frye. Jared Dudley's checked in for Marcus Morris. And Wesley Johnson is subbed for Marshall.
Slick play right there. He's so resourceful with the ball in his hands.
Throws up the baseline. Nice jump shot. Good. Dudley's got his first points in this one.
Well, Dudley brings so much to the team, Kevin, because of his ability to do a lot of different things. He's become an excellent spot-up shooter. He's also a great defender, and he anticipates plays. He can get offensive rebounds. Seems to be...
Oh, man, that was unreal. Mark it up. Boy, how about that athleticism? I mean, it's unreal how high he can get up off the ground.
Yeah, he was soaring to the rim.
He is one of a kind, no doubt about that.
And that replay sponsored by Sprite, giving us a great look at that one.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
A shot by Johnson, no good.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Lewis passes to LeBron. There's the dish to Cole. Heat moving the ball around. The drop step gets it to go. And it's an 8-point Heat lead.
Got to be very careful with this team. They can be really strong inside if they get good position.
Well, you give up that kind of deep position, Steve, you're done. It's over.
And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Obviously, he's not afraid of physical play, but he still needs to play in control.
And he definitely wasn't in control that time. Everybody in the building knew it was an over-the-back call.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Haddadi's checked in, and Markieff Morris subbed in for Michael Beasley. And a new group in for the Heat. Chris Anderson is checked in for BOSH. Mattier comes in for Rashard Lewis. Dwyane Wade's checked in for Mike Miller. And it's Chalmers in for Norris Cole.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Now, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and that's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
Here's Dragic, defended by Chalmers. There's a good screen. No good from Dragic.
Well, with that much space off the pick, you've got to drop that in.
Yeah, you got to make that one. I mean, that's a high-quality shot you should make 9 out of 10 times.
And that concludes the first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Hello, everyone. I'm Damon Bruce, and the halftime report is coming your way. Miami up on top against Phoenix. A nice job of sharing the rock, making plays for one another offensively. LeBron playing well in the first half. He's got 10 points and 3 rebounds as well. And giving it their all, the Phoenix Suns. They've been playing so well recently, I'm imagining they're stunned by their first half performance. Great ball control offensively.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
It's been a solid outing for LeBron. He's got 10 points, and he's gotten a three-pointer to fall for him, too.
Yeah, he's no one-dimensional player, Clark. He can do damage in several ways, including from long range.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. D-Wade, the 2, with Ray Allen at the 3. LeBron James is out there with Chris Bosh, and it's Chalmers in at the 1 spot.
You know, the Miami Heat are relatively young as a team in terms of NBA history. Joined the league in 1988, but really hit the ground running and have been a force in the East since they became part of the league.
The Heat leading by 14. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Gentlemen, the Heat last season decided to revamp their offensive strategy, playing a more free-flowing style to try to take better advantage of their quickness and playmaking ability. Chris Bosh said, "We're not just going to go out there and play pickup, but we are going to get into our spacing, make the right cuts, read each other, and just go out there and play." LeBron James said, "It suits our personnel. It's been good for us to just read and react. No matter if it's a make or a miss, we want to get the ball up the floor as fast as possible." Kevin?
Well, Doris, when you've got that kind of talent and IQ, playing on instinct can certainly be effective. Well, you look at the Heat, you take away the first 3 years of the franchise as they were building from scratch. Since 1991, they have only missed the playoffs 5 times. Steve, I think that's an amazing stat.
Yeah, the franchise quickly came in and established itself way back as one of the tougher opponents to deal with in the East. They've done a nice job of establishing themselves as a model organization in the NBA over the years.
Dragic with it, averaging 16 points a game. That drops. GORTAT's got 6.
And with the defense playing that well, the double clutch was the only way he was going to get that ball off.
And let's take a quick peek at the 2K leaderboard and the steal leaders from the point guard spot for the last 10 games. Look at Dragic, always dangerous on the court. He leads the league.
And all those swipes have come for him because of the endless energy he devotes defensively. And whoever he's guarding, he just stays so close to him on the perimeter.
Yeah, he's the guy, if you're an opposing point guard, that you dread having to go up against. I mean, you don't want to see this guy because, like you said, he's going to be all over you, like bees on a pop can at a picnic. That's how much he hovers around you.
You got away with words, my friend.
Well, they keep going right back to the paint, and who can blame them? I mean, they're getting it done in there.
Yeah, 3 of their last 5 buckets, guys, have come from inside the lane area, so I'd expect them to continue to go inside right at the defense. Good start for this offense. They're shooting 3 of 4 now from the field, so offense in a good groove.
You know, it's a little strange to not have the Suns in the playoffs for a consecutive year. Last year, they came close, but ended up finishing 3 games back of the 8th playoff spot.
Dishes it to Dudley. Knocked loose. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Chalmers.
Oh, are you kidding me? That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great.
Man, oh man, finishing with flavor.
Yeah, he put something extra on that one. You're right.
And the bench going wild, guys. They love it. What an amazing dunk.
That was a nice replay. Brought to you by Sprite. And Dudley kicks to Dragic. Lebron against Beasley. The shot is off. And Miami the other way now. And playing the Suns here for the second time.
Yeah, they didn't play well that night. They weren't very aggressive. They shot the ball too often from the perimeter. Never got it inside. And they were also very shaky from the foul line.
Johnson outside. Beasley defended by Allen. That's good. Beasley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
There's really no excuse. I don't know how many times we've seen it, especially when, Clark, it's time for the playoffs. The winners usually make their free throws.
It's elementary, Watson. Make your free throws when you get them. Everyone needs to take their time, get into their routine, and fundamentally execute the free throw shot.
It's Kevin, not Watson.
Okay, well, Kevin Watson.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
The Phoenix Suns come into this one after the win against the Los Angeles Lakers.
And, Kevin, the starters didn't have too much pressure on them in that game because of how effective the bench guys were.
And another thing getting all those quality minutes from the reserves did was keep their starting 5 fresh for the second half.
Back to Johnson. Kicks it to Goran. Covered by Lebron. Goran inside. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound. Gortat's got 10 points in the game. Here's Chalmers. No luck. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits.
Next.
Welcome back. It's time for the 4th quarter and time to check in with the 4th member of our team, Doris Burke, to find out who had the Sprite uncontainable game. Doris?
And Kevin, for that great stretch the Heat put together, they get the Uncontainable Game Award. The second quarter looks to be the difference right now as they turn things on and put together that huge run. Now, it seems like it's enough to get them the win.
All right, Doris, thanks. And the run Doris mentioned, guys, that was really a huge game changer here.
No question, Kevin. Probably the pivotal moment in the game so far, and I thought that really set the tone.
You know, one of the things that was interesting to me is you could see the body language of both teams change at that point. Obviously in different directions. Confident and assured on one side and a bit of chin in your chest on the other side.
Marquise Morris is out there with Jermaine O'Neal. Then there's Dragic. Then it's Johnson and Tucker. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Michael Beasley, he's checked in for the Suns. Dudley comes in for Wesley Johnson. No good from Wade. Suns trail by 11. Dragic with it. Wade picks him up. Kicks it out to Beasley. Pass to Dudley. Suns moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Crushing. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And for the Heat, they're shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often.
They are in attack mode right now. That's 10 straight points, guys, all coming inside the paint.
And Steve, if I'm them, I'd keep going right to the heart of that defense like they have been until they do something about it. If they don't offer resistance, take everything you can get in there.
Here's Beasley, and it's Haslam with the rebound.
Yeah, he's surprised he didn't make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
Stolen by Dudley. Here's Dragic, defended by Chalmers. It's Beasley on the wing. Dragic. Six on the shot clock. And Dudley kicks to Dragic. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. That's 7 points for Beasley. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He said nobody but us believed we'd be in this position, and here we are. I'm proud of you guys tonight. Now go finish this thing off.
Thank you, Doris. Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. GORTAT's checked in for O'Neal. And Wesley Johnson has subbed for Markieff Morris. And the basket by Wade.
I can imagine they're going to hear an earful about this next stop. I mean, that's 3 straight field goals given up right in the middle of the lane. Inexcusable.
Well, defense starts at the rim. I mean, you want teams shooting the ball from the outside, and that's not happening. They're just giving up everything inside. Just too easy. They're getting whatever they want down there.
You said it, Steve. 5 straight field goals inside for them. The defense has to clamp down here.
LeBron dishes to Allen. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. And it's 6 points for Allen.
That's 5 straight hoops in the paint. What a fantastic job of attacking the rim.
Well, Steve, they're getting the looks that they want down there, so might as well keep going right at the rim. If there's no resistance, then make them pay.
The Heat leading by 11. LeBron drives in. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in.
Boy, they've really won the battle of the boards in this one, Kevin.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Here's Dragic. Feeds to Johnson. Over Wade. Johnson's shot is off.
You're not doing your team any good forcing a shot like that one.
You know, I agree. He's got to know better than that.
LeBron outside. There's the 3. Here's BOSH. And the layup is good. And the Heat lead by 15.
Not much drama left in this one, guys.
No, it hasn't quite exactly been a nail-biter. I mean, it's going to be a great win for them, though.
Puts it up from 12. Here's Dudley. Nice second effort. Good job staying with it.
He has such a great feel for how a missed shot is going to come off the rim. Really plays those angles well. That's exactly why he consistently beats defenders to the ball.
Got past him with the quick drop step.
Doesn't look like they're going to take it easy on him down the stretch.
It certainly doesn't look like it. I mean, they're still aggressively attacking the basket and putting up points.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And you're right, their ability to get the rebound, a big help here.
Always a big help, and because of that effort, they're going to win going away.
The Suns have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Johnson, and that is good.
They could have used this run a while ago. It may not make much difference now.
Yeah, they hit that snooze button a little too much because they showed up late to this game.
And here's Miller outside. That's good.
Looks like this one's over. They really played well tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, we can take it out of the oven. This game is cooked.
Here's Johnson. And the 3 off target. Here's Cole. Here's Battier. And that falls.
They're just getting better offensively as the game goes along, making good choices and getting high percentage shots.
And they're playing hard and playing smart too, Steve. They've just been very, very good.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed...
Word.
Yeah, to all the and the $100 billers. For real, who ain't got no feelings.